Is you Latin, African, Jamaican? What's that accent? That you're passionate when you're smashing. Have we met? You must be from Texas, girl. Are you from Texas? No, you couldn't fool me, and it's so crazy, girl. Your body's so impatient. The way you move, no hesitation, and I can feel vibrations. You're so reckless, girl.
Yo, what's good with it? It's your boy Kosha. I'm your host, and this is SLEM TV. And if you don't know what SLEM stands for, that stands for Social Life Events Media. And let me tell you something. I got two of the dopest people in the city of Houston with me tonight, and I'm honored. I have the one and only Barry Dynamic.
Hold up.
Wow.
How am I supposed to wait?
A lot of y'all might not really know who Barry is because she really be behind the scenes. But that's amazing. We got Barry in there, and I got my boy WoahNa.
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 What's good with it? What's good with it? You heard me?
Hey, check me out. So guess what? Our topic for the night is WoahNa, Barry.
WoahNa. Okay.
Oh,
It's easy.
I'm messing with that.
I like
I'm messing with that.
That's all it is.
I'm messing
All
with that.
So in social justice, we just gonna talk about National Entrepreneurship Month because the month of November is National Entrepreneurship Month.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
there's a lot going on with that. And we got to be thankful for the business owners that we got out here.
Definitely.
And people who are really entrepreneurs trying to either get it out the mud or that's really gaining a lot of experience from experienced professionals. Like myself, I'm gaining a lot of experience from experienced professionals. Even you, Barry, because you got your own thing going on. So, I watch you and I pay attention to you. Yeah, and then we're going to talk about your music, bro, because you do a few things in the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah. I try to keep it moving at all times,
God doggone right. So, of course, y'all, we going to list some of the events that are popping off in the city that y'all got to know about because, of course, that E is for events, and we pride ourselves on being very big on events. And we have a special event coming up in December that I will talk about. So, without further ado, let's go in on National Entrepreneurship Month, okay? And I'm gonna read something to y'all that I thought was really cool that I found on Google. It says Junior Achievement and EY to bring thousands of entrepreneurs into classrooms during National Entrepreneurship Month in November. JA launched lesson program aimed at introducing teens to the idea of business ownership. Okay, and that news is provided by Junior Achievement USA. I think that's dope. Just that headline alone is dope because when I was a kid, growing up, we were big with the Parks and Recreation system. Shout out to Jason Garner, who was the superintendent over Independence Heights Park. We went on a lot of field trips. So I remember J.A. Biztown was one of the field trips we would go to. And in there, it's just like this. You know how Monopoly on the board is literally a city. And you got businesses. You can go to jail. You make your money and what have you. Well, that's what J.A. Biztown is like. So for those of y'all who grew up with me or grew up in the city of Houston with the Parks and Recreation system, you may have been to J.A. Biztown. And in there, you know what I'm saying, you can own businesses. They teach you how to handle your money, pay for things. We had the popcorn. We used to tear that popcorn section up, popcorn all over the floor. But we had to make sure we had some bread for that popcorn. So I think this is really interesting. I'm gonna read a little further just so we can kind of get a better understanding of what's going on about that. So it says for the third year in a row, Junior Achievement and EY will be bringing entrepreneurs into high school classrooms across the country during November, National Entrepreneurship Month, to share their experience with teens and to encourage them to consider business ownership as a career option. Each year, the initiative, known as JA Launch Lesson, reaches nearly 80,000 high school teens across the United States. What you think about that?
I mean, as far as just them putting that program into schools, I think it's necessary because nowadays we the education system is just teaching children how to pass a test, and they're not preparing them properly for real life. And honestly, not everybody says they want to be an entrepreneur when they grow up. It's just really
Yeah.
something that you experience once you're, out of school, and like you say, life lessons and experiences. So, yeah, I think it's important. That way it gives children the opportunity and the freedom to expand into other avenues and markets they would have never thought to do, or even just channel their creativity and really start to nourish that. So I
Right.
like that.
Their research says, it says our research shows that the more exposure teens have to entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial concepts, the greater the chances
Right.
that they will try starting a business as an adult.
Right.
And that was quoted by Mr. Jack E. Kosakowski.
Right.
Okay, I like that.
I like that.
Kosakowski. But yeah. So you got any?
Honestly,
experience with
like
entrepreneurship?
she said, it's like it's something really, really good. Honestly, because at this point, back in the day, like you said, we passing a test, going through school. We just passing a test, and we're not really learning the full dynamics of life, how to save, how to actually run a business itself. You know what I'm saying? And to start early now in this age, as entrepreneurship has come to arise, it's really important and really smart, so that they getting a head start on that.
And it teaches them independence.
Right.
When we were growing up, you saw our parents working, 20,
Yes.
30 years, and then
Yes.
they retire, and then you think that that's the way in
Right.
order to be successful.
Yeah.
You go to school, go to college, get you a good job. But it's like, we experience an epidemic where students are having a hard time finding jobs once they graduate, and then they're in debt. They're trying to climb themselves out of debt, then they find themselves, getting stuck at these jobs just to
Right.
pay off their debt. They're not really
Right.
doing what they went to school for. So to be able to, catch them at an early age and really start to just cultivate,
Yeah.
those dreams and aspirations. Like, okay, well, if you want to do music, then okay, let's put you in, music business, business entertainment. Let's cultivate that. If you want to, be an innovator, then let's put you in, these engineering classes or architect or just more so like trade school driven.
Right.
Cultivate all of that. I think there's nothing wrong with that, and I actually like the
Absolutely,
idea.
absolutely. So people, I'm glad we were able to kind of begin on this note, because it is very important, and there's a reason that I definitely wanted Barry to come in here tonight, because she is definitely an entrepreneur on her own.
Ooh, child.
And she is really connected in the city. So if you don't know who Barry is, first off, congratulations to her. She is our featured socialite in the November issue of SLEM magazine.
Shout out to Barry.
Ooh,
She in the
hold
slang
up,
area.
hold up,
You
hold
hear
up,
me?
hold up.
Yeah.
I made
Man,
it.
she got this thing called Barry Dynamic PR, and I want you to go ahead and talk about your professional work. Share with us what you want us to know. All right, because it is a lot, y'all. It's a lot, and we make some connections happen that are just powerful. And I'm very appreciative of some of the things that you have passed on to me. So
What
share
I
with
do?
the
What I
people.
share? Hold on, tell me what I
Look,
did.
you got that light, girl. You got that light. So share with the people, what do you do professionally?
So I'm considered a publicist in the city, but more so I'm gearing towards, president communications. I specialize in strategic partnerships, brand management, and media relations. And pretty much I have different passions that I'm, really involved in, and I like to represent clients that align with my passions. So, I'm president of communications for Planet McNair, where we do a lot of our talent agency, our talent representation through our agency, as well as, what I do here in Houston, connecting with, different fashion designers, connecting with businesses, just entrepreneurs, period. So I attended UT in Austin, and I graduated from U of H in Clear Lake, with my degree in communications. And I majored and studied everything from PR to global communications to media writing to gathering information, just advertising, marketing, everything. And honestly, once I graduated from college, I had a hard time finding a job. And it was just so amazing and interesting to me because I had all this experience in customer service and, just going into the industry. I worked at Houston Ballet, interning with them, interning with Local Style magazine when they were still up and going, interning with the Session TV station, and getting all this experience. And when it was time for me to really get out there into the corporate world, it was just like, oh, you don't have enough experience. And so one of the things that why I started Very Dynamic PR Agency is because I didn't want to continue to be told no. And so I created my own yes through birthing my agency. And so I've just been fortunate enough, when I was working at HEB and it was Hurricane Harvey. I didn't even know Hurricane Harvey was coming up, but I was just feeling that it was my season to uproot and leave. And after that, I quit my job during Hurricane Harvey.
Wow.
And was actually making money during Harvey, doing portfolios, reaching out to different companies and just, connecting with people. I met Amanda Saps during
That's my girl there.
Yeah, during Hurricane Harvey. And
Shout
so
out to Amanda. She's a super connector.
no, for real. She really is. And so after that, I got my first job, my first paid client through the Texas Black Women's Expo, which was held at the NRG Stadium in June of 2016. And after that, I got connected with Tori Hart, met her team, and then it's just been kind of just a blessing ever since then.
Yeah, it is a blessing.
dope.
So, one of the main word that we have said so far is connected. So, in light of entrepreneurs and National Entrepreneurship Month, if we're gonna teach each other how to be entrepreneurs and encourage each other and the young people on entrepreneurship, owning their own business, running their own business, that word connected has to be one of the most important, because what I've experienced, what I've learned from my experiences, even going through college, is it's not so much about what you know.
Right.
It's all about who you know. And then somebody challenged me some years ago and said, yeah, and it's not just about who you know, it's about who knows you. Because at the end of the day, if you know me but I don't know you, then I'm not gonna vouch for you.
Right.
When it comes to having the right, when you need a letter written, right? I'm not gonna vouch for you if I don't know you. So there's power in people knowing you. Fraternities, sororities, these collegiate organizations like 100, whatever the case may be, we can really attribute a lot of the success that people find when they graduate to the fact that, you know what, I know this girl named Barry, right? And she does this. I can call up on the phone and say, hey, what's going on, right? You know what I'm saying? And there's an opportunity. So it's something magical about this word connected.
Right. I always say my favorite saying, off the dome. I say my resources are my relationship goals, and it's like everybody want to talk about, relationship this, and it's like, no, like you say, connections. But surprisingly, I got thrown out there with the sharks. Like, I wasn't in those sororities and organizations involved on campus and all of that. And, I've really, how I am now is how I've always been. Like, everybody just always knew who I was. Like, I always had a good reputation. Went to Thurgood Marshall High School and graduated top 5% of my class. And everybody just knew me as, that's a smart girl. Yeah. I played softball. So it was just like, I was always low-key, but I was cool with everybody. And I just really, once I, started my own business, I jumped out there. So I didn't have any connections. I didn't have anybody to say, here, meet this person and let's put this person on. Like, I really got it out the mud, and my hard work and my tenacity is what got me to shine that I have now, and it's always growing. So definitely, I always encourage people to be involved in different organizations, but sometimes your light gonna shine for you.
Yeah, and you have to have that tenacity to want to do it, right? For example, how did you meet Mr. Clarence K.D. McNair, whom is a former Motown artist, and he's now the founder of Planet McNair, which you do professional work for.
Right. So it's funny. So going back to, I quit my job in 2016, 2017, whenever Hurricane Harvey was, and my first job was with the Texas Black Women's Expo. My client at the time, she's a trichologist. She created the formula for Heavenly Heart, which was Tori Hart's product that we were promoting.
Okay.
And so Clarence KD McNair, he is the brand manager for Tory Hart. And so pretty much it's so funny because it was a whole outroar just in the organization and certain things being set up. And literally my client just threw me out there and was like, I can't do this. Deal with this. Go
Right.
meet with these people.
Yeah.
Go do that. Go do that. And it was just like, you know, me, I'm really big into hospitality and customer service and, you know, first impression, how you treat people and everything. And when she disappeared and let me handle that, I just went in and started like, okay, what's going on here? All right, let me get these people doing this. Let me get some volunteers over here. Like, I just started just taking over. And Clarence was calling me. He's like, hey, is this set up? And I was like, I got you. I'm working on it. This is it. All right, Tori's not coming unless this is done. I said, okay, cool. I got you. This.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because my client got upset with me because she thought that I was trying to work and make Tori happy versus her looking at the fact that if we don't have these people happy and, you know, everything set up like they needed to, then your brand is going to be at stake if this woman doesn't show up. And so that right there is what we call, you know, a crisis moment. Like, okay, how can we solve this problem? And so in turn, I was really working for my client to make sure that the event was successful and, you know, her business partners showed up successfully. But she looked at it as I was trying to, you know,
Show out, huh?
show out for them.
Look, you showing out.
And so it was crazy. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, it was, oh my gosh, it was crazy. But a blessing in disguise, you know, really they saw that. And in their mind, they was like, oh, we like this girl. And literally, I just connected with everybody. And that's when I started building my relationship. Started, you know, hey, this is who I am. This is my business. You know, I was pitching myself or whatever.
You got
And
to.
little
Gotta
did
plug
I
yourself.
know that this person, you know, Clarence, he mentors publicists. He does, you know, the brand management. Like, he's really involved in media. And so, honestly, that's when I gained my first mentor. And I started learning about the industry. I started to understand, you know, the power of relationships. And since I'm a really great writer, you know, he was working on his book called Give It One More Try. And at the time, it was just an idea.
Oh, wow.
It was just like, hey, I got these voice notes.
Yeah.
I really want to write this. I read your press releases. I see how you are. Like, you know, can we partner together? And so we did a huge announcement with the Jasmine brand. He made, you know, Barry Dynamic a media partner of his company, Planet McNair. And from then on, you know, I was the youngest person he was working with. And we started working on his book. You know, he would send me voice notes. We would stay up. We would work on the book. I would, you know, be copy editing, grammar, like just everything. And we spent a solid 7 months just writing this book, working on it, perfecting it. And in that time, I mean, hey, when you look out for people, they look out for you.
That's true.
Right.
So, now the book's getting ready to come out November 30th.
Wow.
Hey, we will be looking for that.
Wow.
So do you feel like tell us about some times where you felt like you failed? Because you said this quote the last time we had met at Felix. Felix came into town
Felix
for the
came
House
in
of
from
Blues.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
performing with it, but
He
doesn't feel
came
like the
into that.
90s. And at
Yeah.
the House of Blues with
Yeah,
Keisha
so
Nicole.
if y'all don't know, we were definitely in the building. And that brother, he's a great artist. He can really sing. I congratulate him. From artist to artist, bro can sing. I'm just telling you, he can sing.
Definitely.
So yeah, we did an interview on you. You said you didn't. You normally don't interview a lot.
I know they put me on the spot,
Yeah,
y'all.
I was gonna make sure that Coach wasn't gonna let you be in there and not get interviewed. We gotta hear something from you. But the words that you shared, like, I took note of it. I'm like, it was some powerful stuff. Like, you really got quotes that people should pay attention to. And the quote that you said sometimes you have to F it up to figure it out. Don't be afraid to fail, because failing is the root of new beginnings. And lastly, without struggle, there is no progress. And like, you just said that, like, from top to bottom. And I was like, that's a very dynamic quote right there. Like,
Wow.
so, like, talk about some of the times you felt like you failed. And if you did feel like you failed, how did you overcome that? Like, especially being a woman, you know?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of 7 girls, and I've always been, you know, placed at this high standard because I had to set the tone of what it was to be, a black woman, what it was to be successful. I'm the first one to graduate from college and all these different, I'm the first person to start my own business in my family and actually be
Whoa.
successful.
Yeah.
So
WoahNa.
when it's funny, when I thought that I was being a failure is when I dropped out of college.
Okay.
And I was at this point, I was going to UT in Austin, and, I was working, I was making money. I was working 3 jobs, actually. I was working at HEB, I was working at the Hilton, and then I was doing brand ambassador work through a modeling agency. And so that's when I was doing stuff with, like, Comedy Central, during South by Southwest, and all these different things.
Now we talking.
And then, and this was back in 2013. 2013. So
Been working.
yeah, I've been working. I've had a job since I was 16 years old. And I went off to school to Austin. I've been gone ever since. So I've always had my own place, own whip. Working, and literally I got to the point to where I was like, I'm not understanding why college is so important. Like, I wasn't understanding why I was killing myself to get into debt and all these different things. And so I dropped out of school, and I just remember my mom calling me and was just like, you're supposed to be an example for your sisters and this and this and this. And I'm just like, you don't need that in order to be successful. Like, that doesn't, and I'm not here to preach and say, hey, drop out of school or anything, but that was just my experience. But of course, I went back to finish my degree just so I can say, like, you know what, I stuck it out, I stayed committed to something. But I know that was something that was real near and dear to me, that I was like, dang, like, I'm really not in school right now. And thinking about the fact that, I graduated top 5% of my class. Like, I had all these, most likely to be successful and all this other stuff. So for me to go through that moment was just like, you know what, it's bigger than me.
Yeah, real talk. And I mean, I've heard somebody say that you don't necessarily have to go to a 4-year university or have this big degree. It's not about that. It's, in order to be successful, you need to specialize in something.
Right.
So that's a tip that I can provide for those who haven't heard that tip before. Like, you have to specialize in something, because you can come out of college with a degree, but when you go to that job, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna ask, how much work have you put in on this? Who have you worked for? What internships, right? What are you good at? Like, what do you specialize in? Right. And that's really important. You know what I'm saying? So even on the college tip, when you speak on it, even Matthew knows had visited Prairie View. They had this seminar that he was putting on, and when it got around to everybody asking questions, my question was centered on the idea that I knew, of course, you don't have to go to college in order to be successful. And I asked him that. Now his responses, you could tell it was more like, bro, I can't tell you not to go to college. A college just paid me to come speak to y'all.
Right.
And so he kind of played it down by saying, education.
Yeah.
Which he was right. Education is key.
Right.
But he's not going to tell you don't go to college. So, and I just say that to mention the fact that if you look at all the greats, the majority of them, even I'm talking about billionaires, the majority of them, it's never really college that they attribute their success to. Okay, from the Beyoncés to Tyler Perry, whatever, right? It's never really, I went to college. So on that topic of connection, right? That's what it was for me. I was like, man, if I'm coming to PV, I'm gonna have fun.
Right.
I know I'm gonna pass. Like, I've never had an issue with that. Academic stuff, I mean, the textbook stuff is just like whatever. Like, I know how to do that. I know how to pass. Like, I'm here to make connections. So when I wanted to become a member of a fraternity, I knew when I become a member of this fraternity, there are hundreds of thousands more out in the world that I can call and say, how you doing, sir? I'm such and such. I would like to intern for you, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So that word connection is powerful.
And I wish that was taught to me. Like, I wish, like I say, they don't teach you that when you in school, in high school, and about to graduate. Exactly. It's like, dang, like,
the network.
You're right.
The whole network. And that's how I feel about college myself. I went to Sam Houston State, shout out to Bearcats, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that I went to school, I was on the track team, got kicked off the track team, but then I was still pursuing my music and my photography and everything that comes with, trying to, pay my bills. And crazy because, like, me and you got so much in common with the whole school thing. And then I worked at hotel. I worked at hotel for 4 years while I was in college, like things like that. But I didn't figure out that college was a networking place until like my last year. You know what I'm saying? When I started pushing my brand, when I started really like meeting people, when I started getting like more involved in school, like I was really distracted because I got into a relationship. You get into a relationship, you get tied down, then your only thing I care about was the girl that I love. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of knocked me off and had me distracted to see why I was really in college, you know what I'm saying? And I missed out on all those years where I could have networked and met so many more people, even though I feel like I had a good effect on the people that I met, is the fact that I feel like I could have went a little bit more harder, you know what I'm saying? And got connected way more better than that, you know what I'm saying?
That make a whole lot of sense. Barry, so tell the people where they can find you, stay connected with you, social medias, whatever, because at the end of the day,
Let me write this down.
Houston, right? Houston has so much talent. We got so much opportunity out here, so much potential, and it's the people that have stuff going on and that's hungry for success, right? That really makes everything work. So tell the people where they can find you, stay connected with you.
Well, you can always find me on social media, Barry, BERRY_dynamic. And you can email me at barrydynamicpr@gmail.com, or you can come pull up on me. I got all kinds of events. And so, I got a Zofa Fest, which is Sounds of Africa Festival that's taking place on November the 16th, hosted by DJ Oreo. And it's going to be at the Skybox. It's going to be, music, culture, fashion, performances by, African artists from all over the city and state.
Shout
So,
out to that.
That sounds so fun.
Just gonna pull up on me. I'm always posting. I'm always, letting people where I'm gonna be at.
That's gonna be live right there. Shout out to my boy Heaven. Man, they really been putting on this thing called Afro Basil, and I performed at his second one. That I went to one. I was like, yo, this is dope. So the second one, after you heard my music, he was like, yo, Mike, you should perform for Afro Basil. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a British accent. So I definitely was in there, and that was dope. So the African Fashion Week, when is that? Has that passed yet?
I think that's in September. Yeah, I think it was already
in September.
Passed.
Okay, well, yeah, because there was a lot going on. But that's how y'all find Barry. She is very dynamic. Everything from her quotes to her experiences, whatever you want to name it, her opportunities, her connections. It's very dynamic. So if you ask her a question, she probably gonna tell you it's very dynamic.
Hey,
all right.
man.
If it's ultra dynamic, then you're really doing
Hey,
something.
the vibes are right.
That's what I'm talking about. So y'all, we got my boy WoahNa.
I'm in here. You hear me?
The boy is in the building,
What's
straight
up,
out of
what's
New
up?
Orleans.
Straight out of New Orleans, but Houston is my home too.
There we go.
You see how you turn the accent off and on?
Houston is my home too. Don't get it twisted.
So if y'all don't know, my boy WoahNa is definitely an artist.
Yes.
So we gonna talk about your music, bro.
Oh yeah,
But
man.
aside from that, he's doing something special. He's in radio.
Yes.
So 92 Kales.
Yes.
Y'all got something going on, Kales in the morning. And shout out to DJ Kales.
Shout out to DJ Kales. You know what I'm saying?
We can talk about her a little bit
Definitely.
too. But let's go ahead and first go in on 92 Kales, because you sitting there with me, you know what I'm saying, on this podcast, and I've been on your show,
on Friday, the Friday show when I first started.
Yeah, what's up with that, bro? How did you get involved? What is it?
Well, first, I went to school for radio and broadcasting, so that was I started at SAM first. I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do, under their rules and stuff like that, so I had to kind of like let it go for a little while. But then we got back, finished graduating, was with DJ Kales at SAM too. She was also at SAM, and she wanted to have her own radio station. So, she came to Houston. We plotted it up, and we opened up 92 Kales. You know what I'm saying? So then it took a little while for us to get things on the ball and rolling. So I actually was an artist at the station before. What I'm saying, I had a show at the station. So like you said, you was at the On the Block radio show. That was a Friday show. Shout out to Papa Shot, the whole team.
Boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was helping them as far as their radio show goes, and then we started transitioning into getting the morning show going. So I mean, it's a great way for us to like pretty much shed light on other people as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, get connected. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to pretty much do that. So that's how we got started in the radio.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, and appreciate that lookout, bro. It was a real dope show, and y'all are doing something to where you can put a spotlight on artists that's in the city too.
Right.
Because if people don't know, SLEM is about that as well. So for example, Berry, she has her own light, and we want to shed that light on you. I know you didn't know. I wasn't gonna tell you.
I know they surprised me, and I was just like, y'all sneaky. All I saw was just a tag on Instagram. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, who is this?
We had to make it special for you.
No, I really
That's the
appreciate
best feeling,
that.
though. That's the best feeling. To pop that up on their TL when you wake up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Because you just never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
when something like that happens, it's like, I always look at it like, thank you, Lord. Thank you.
That's it right there, bro. So y'all are doing something special with that radio show, bro. Your music. So you are performing around the city.
Yes.
Which we connected from an event. It was an
open mic. It was an open mic
at Post Lounge.
Post Lounge, yep.
Yeah, shout out to my girl Sunny, who was in my music video. That's how I met her. And she provided that opportunity. Like, man, come perform. So I'm there, you there, we connect.
Yeah.
And it's been bliss ever since, bro. So
We've been running into you everywhere we go. You know
Real
what I'm saying?
talk, we got to.
We keep helping each other out, pushing each other. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got you, you got me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Love.
So that music, what's up on that? What you got out? What you got coming?
I just recently dropped my single Overnights 2 weeks ago, October 19th ish. And just that was like my debut single. I haven't dropped a single in like 2-3 years, so that's kind of like it meant really something really big to me. You know what I'm saying? And the song actually pretty much says that like none of this happened overnight. I've been working, I've been grinding for this all my life. So it's kind of like my testimony and like all the stuff I kind of been going through, but with a little spin to it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the world today? Social media, how people are, this and that. But that song I just dropped. I got a project out, WoahNa. That's me freestyling, remixing over various beats. That's all on the internet. Yeah, man, I've been all over the city, man. House of Blues, I had a show there last two weeks ago too. So just kind of just been pushing and moving at all times.
Yeah, I like that, bro. That's really dope.
Yeah.
You come out of New Orleans, man. So talk about that transition from New Orleans to the city of Houston. Do you find that there's more opportunity here now?
Definitely.
Especially now that we're
adults, I will be stupid to say that there's not more opportunities in Houston than New Orleans, because New Orleans, we not set up like that. We not set up to succeed in New Orleans.
We gotta figure out how to bridge that,
right?
Because we got a lot of folks from New Orleans that's in Houston, especially since Katrina had happened. We got a lot of folks that's in New Orleans. Thank God, because listen, I need that authentic Cajun food. I'm not talking about that garlicky stuff, but we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
I need that authentic, slap your mama style, dirty pot with the grease, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I need all of that.
All that.
But we got to figure out how to bridge, the opportunities we have here, all of the talent and potential that's out there in Louisiana. We got to figure out how to bridge that. You know what I'm saying? So now that you're here and you really making moves, bro, like, what do you think it's gonna take to extend it and like make that culture there what it is here?
It's there, but it's just the fact that we got everybody's so savage there, everybody for self, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to change somebody's mindset, and I don't think it's like it's not our job to change someone's mindset. If their mindset, it's our job to do what we can, you know what I'm saying, and what God put us on this earth to do, you know what I'm saying. So I just don't want us. I don't think we should focus on just the demographics of it, I think we should focus on the whole and what we could accomplish as a whole, and eventually it's going to spill off on everywhere that we touch, anywhere that we speak is going to spill off on it. So eventually it'll get there to that point where we can support and everybody to come together as a unity. But as of right now, it's because it's so normal for everybody to be for self, then it's going to take some time to like break those generational curses.
So when did you leave New Orleans?
2005 after Hurricane Katrina.
How old are you?
I was in eighth grade.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So in Houston, right?
Yeah.
You got your music going. You got radio going right now. You got a lovely girlfriend.
Definitely.
Have you been with her since?
No, we since Sam Houston. Not since I started, but when we graduated. So basically, the end of Sam.
Right.
Yeah.
She's also into the media.
Yeah, she's a news reporter. Yeah.
Right. And she was working with your girl Jalea Davis.
Iconic Television.
Who your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Who your girlfriend?
Danielle J. Martin.
She just got the job
in Kansas. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She came out. I did a celebrity dodgeball game.
Oh wow, yeah.
And she was coming
iconic.
out and hosting. Oh,
Yeah.
look at
That's
And
what's
I was
up.
definitely there.
The circle is always small.
I'm working out in that gym
small,
now.
man.
Hey, man.
I'm
So
It'll keep you motivated.
y'all had a good time. I could tell.
Oh, bro, it was dope. It was dope. Man. The gym is dope, bro. So we gotta go past.
Shout out to Nine Innovations.
Shout out to Nine Innovations.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brother Chris, man. Brother Chris Dawkins.
And Abdul Foster.
Yeah, and Abdul Foster.
Shout out to the whole iconic television, man.
Yes,
Jalea Davis. You know what I'm saying?
Who was
Everybody.
featured in one of our past
Yes.
publications as well.
Yes.
Shout out to Jalea Davis, man. So, back to you with your artistry. Who name an artist, right, that you know for sure you want to work with? Like, I gotta have that feature. I gotta have that feature. Who is that artist?
It's got to be somebody like real, like Houston. It should be
Bro,
underground or
whoever,
just
bro, like
mainstream.
WoahNa gotta be on the track with this artist before
I mean,
you
before
retire.
before I'm done, I gotta get one with Drake. I just have to.
Yes,
I mean,
Drizzy.
that's one of my like icons. Like since I got his So Far Gone on my Letterman jacket in
I'm
high
still
school.
fly. I'm sky high.
Yeah.
Say, bro,
Kinda
Drake been putting in work for
Yes,
long
very,
time.
that's what I'm
long
saying. So I just
time.
need at least, give me an 8. I don't need this whole
Yeah.
full 16. You know
I
what
used
I'm
to
saying?
feel that way about Lil Wayne. Well, I still feel that way. I still feel like, bro, I gotta have a Lil Wayne.
Just
feature.
that too,
I
though.
just
Certain artists,
listened
you
to
gotta-
his
You have
last
to.
album, and I was like, "Oh, this man was actually fired."
Oh, Weezy.
Yeah, the Carter 5. I
Bro,
was like, what?
You
if
just
Lil
listened to
Wayne,
it?
if Lil
I'm
Wayne
sorry.
want to put out, he
Sorry.
can. I think, I know we have a lot of we've had arguments and a lot of back and forth
Yeah.
about Lil Wayne before. You know what I'm saying? But bro, like to me, I was just like, bro, after he started these Carters,
Yeah.
once he realized like how dope he is and he know how he's like, once he realized that, bruh, that man wasn't tripping about putting out something that ain't just so deep. Cause people, I think after
He can do
a
what he
while,
want.
like
He can do
people was
whatever he
like,
want.
"Oh, yeah, nah, bro. If Lil Wayne want to bring that pressure, he can bring that pressure.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
that. So now Drake, I mean, same deal.
He can do
bro.
whatever
Drake
he want
been
to.
doing it. Drake been doing it for a long time.
Man, them people don't even know Drake old stuff, man.
Nah.
Y'all ain't no Drake fans, bruh.
Man.
Hey, man, that's how I felt about Michael Jackson. So when he put out that song, bro, featuring MJ, bro, that like touched my heart. I'm like, this
He done did it again.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, I always wanted
every
to do that.
every time, another one.
Crazy, because I
Another
need to
one.
meet Mike.
Another one.
Golly, bro. Mike, I still want that feature from Mike. I don't care. If Drake did it, bro, I want to do it.
You just gonna have to find
You
you a
know
little
what I'm
nice
saying?
sample and get a
You know what
sample.
I'm saying? I'll pay bread for that.
Shoot, that video you just did, what is it, Magic? Black Magic?
Black Magic,
That's
yeah.
That was a little Michael little tribute you did a little that.
Yeah, it's a little something. You know what I'm saying? Michael, my boy, bro. This is so magical, bro.
Yeah.
That dude just,
Yeah.
he just.
It's
he
crazy
was
to like
magical,
that he
man.
not here. Like I be
Shoot,
like,
man.
dang, we losing a
Wow,
lot of the greats.
I know. Rest in peace to Pops too. You
Rest
know,
in peace to
John
Pop.
Witherspoon too, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was sad about that.
He was just out here.
We was about to get that last Friday too.
Oh man, it breaks my heart.
So did they film anything on that?
Man, we ain't even gonna know until they put it out, until they start putting out the BTS, cause ain't no telling. I know they gotta pay homage though.
Yeah.
You think they gonna have like a little funeral or something in the movie?
I'm pretty sure they
I
gonna
think
do
they
like
would.
some highlights.
Yeah, something like that.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna cry in the movie because it's gonna be real.
Oh Lord,
It's gonna be real, yo.
I can't even speak on it, bro.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Rest in
but
peace.
that's
Rest
gonna
in
be
peace,
real.
man.
Do you want to act?
Oh yeah, I have been acting in high school. Actually, you know who I've been with, Dakari Henderson. He got me
my
into
boy Dakari.
he got me into the acting and everything. We did a couple short films, and
Got you somebody over there.
I'm just trying to trying to do a little something. We did Stepping Stones when we was at Sam. It was like a little college series that we never really finished up, but we had got a good 6 episodes that we was making and shake. We did a lot of little projects, man. You know, so
Yeah.
And I was behind the scenes as well. You know, I do the camera work, photography, videography.
Sure.
So we kind of just be in all. You know what I'm saying? Pots. We just trying to get it popping by any means. Don't matter what it is, something gonna pop. You know what I'm saying?
I was in one of his little films that he was trying to do, man. And that's how I got introduced to the media block.
Yeah.
Because we were shooting out here in the parking lot, and bruh, I'm talking about give it a couple months later. I see Dakari again. I'm like, bro, what's up? What happened to the film? Like, man, dude dropped the camera. I'm talking about,
I heard
we
about
was
that. I heard
filming
about that.
all night.
I heard
bro.
about that. Mo was gonna be dope too.
It was gonna be dope. Like after we
I
left
know.
here, we went to the next location, bro. And was shooting all night. I'm talking about when that boy told me that camera dropped.
What they got to do with the Sam's card?
Man, listen,
It's like-
I don't know, but
ain't no
whatever
telling.
happened,
Ain't no telling.
whatever
It messed up
happened, was
everything.
destroyed.
It's gone.
confused.
So he's shooting now. He's shooting some stuff now.
Yeah, he about to shoot Relapse 2020.
Yeah, and it's just so funny, like how we all met each other,
It's
we know each other. It's
full
just-
circle.
The connections, bro, is just crazy.
Full
especially
circle.
in Houston. Like, and that's what I like about the H, bro. Like, we got so much potential. And you speaking on the acting as
Yeah,
well, bro.
for
Like,
sure.
shout out to Troy Rowland.
Yeah, I was just about to say you was up there.
Yeah, he's doing classes with Troy as well. My uncle Troy, that's my boy.
That's what's up, man.
But yeah, bro, we gonna definitely have to get you in Troy's
Everything,
class because
definitely.
he gonna help change the game for you. On an outstanding measure,
Yeah.
bro. Like he's gonna do that. So we gotta be in some films and stuff
For
together.
sure.
I would have been in Dakari's joint, but I just got a lot of stuff going on. So I
and
don't
we
wanna
all
play
do.
no games.
2019 is for you
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
it's-
You know what I'm saying? You
Hey,
get
man.
into what you got to get into
It's
next
for
year.
us, bro. Cause listen,
Mm-hmm.
what you got going on, what she got going on, what I got going on, we better know about it. Cause it's either somebody need to be in it, somebody need to be talking about it.
Because I need you definitely on Kells in the morning. We definitely gonna be hitting
Hey,
you
I
up.
will come and run
It
my mouth.
definitely need you with that WoahNa, you know what I'm saying? Definitely need you with that. I'm
How
talking
you
about
come up with WoahNa? Like what's good?
WoahNa is a saying in New Orleans. Pretty much like
Yeah.
when I say WoahNa,
Whoa, baby.
there you go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's hello. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually me and my one of my ex partners. You know what I'm saying? We not cool to this day, but we cool. You know what I'm saying? Keep no hard feelings. Anyway, we was in a little group. You know what I'm saying? I started in Christian rap and then we transitioned to the mainstream pretty much. So pretty much I was always saying WoahNa when I was singing in my songs. That would be like my introduction before I would like say my verse or whatever like that. So one day he was like, hey, I think you should put WoahNa in front of your name. You know what I'm saying? So and then it was like my name was WoahNa Chris, and then and he was WoahNa Rob. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of like branched off. So now that I kind of like went full forward and with my brand and everything, everybody just started calling me WoahNa by itself. You know what I'm saying? So
I rock with that, bro.
yeah, I love it too. I mean, it's crazy because like every time I say WoahNa, anybody automatically say it back. And even every time I step on stage, I be like WoahNa. They don't know who I am. I just say WoahNa. Everybody like WoahNa.
Yeah. Yeah, and girls
It's like,
like
who the
the
who?
accent.
Y'all know me?
Do you
Y'all know
like,
me?
you like the New Orleans accent?
I do. I
Thank you.
like accents. Period. Like,
You told us which one you really like when I asked you. At the
Which one
first
you like?
interview we did.
oh, like Caribbean and Latin. I just have. I like them all.
Okay.
I like them all. I like to leave it.
Kelvin, you good over here?
What's up, man? So, do you ever get compared to artists?
August, I seen her.
Yeah. We'll
I
get
get.
August.
Yeah.
Everybody
I
say
can
August.
See that.
Something recently had happened with August, man.
Yeah.
I haven't followed up lately about what's been going on, but I hope
Is
that
he
brother.
alright?
Yeah, he going through it, but he's in good spirit. You know what I'm saying? He's okay. He's singing. He's praying. He's good. Like he's recovering.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing what he got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Any New Orleans artists that's doing their thing today? If you ever like ran into, or did you know any?
Not really, to be honest with you, because I'm kind of not all the way in the loop, but I'm in the loop, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't want to put myself all the way out there yet. I actually was supposed to do a couple things with Master P, but I was kind of like his middleman. I was talking to his middleman. I wasn't talking to Master P. You know what I'm saying? So
Middleman. What's the name?
Mike something.
Mike Willis.
Money. There you go.
Just I know Money Mike.
Okay. So yeah, I was we was talking to him and stuff like that, but never really like went forward with the business.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Tell the people where they can find you, find your music, how to get involved with you, how to get in touch with you.
You can follow me at official WoahNa. That's my artist page.
WoahNa.
You know what I'm saying? You can follow me Kelz in the morning, KELZ in the morning. That's my radio show. Shots by Chris Photography. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shop WoahNa. You can clothing and stuff like that. And you can just type WoahNa and you'll find me somewhere. Somewhere you're gonna find a WoahNa. You know what I'm saying? Because we moving in the city, so
that's what I'm talking about. So let's roll into some events, y'all. The month of November, the number is 11. Okay, I just got my iPhone 11, the red one, and I feel good about that. Okay, 11 is my number, and I just felt like I ain't got nothing, man. None of the new phones, bro. I had an iPhone 6 Plus for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, bro,
that tells your story.
Yeah.
Your story footage was a little grady a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I had this stuff to worry about, man. I'm like, man, I can't spend all that money on the phone right now. I'm trying to handle business, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm like, man, I gotta get my living. So anyway, the month of November brings about the number of 11. Mm-hmm. So we featured the top 11 events in the November issue. So I'm gonna read them out. We had Young Thug and Machine Gun Kelly. That was the second. Okay. Had Schoolboy Q. Post Malone. Jadena. All right.
This mother's lit.
Say, bro. This lineup. and it's some events like that we don't even have in the magazine that's still gonna be popping in the city, bro. So then you got the Legends of Hip Hop. You got Astro World. I don't have tickets. If you get a hookup on that, let me know.
Okay, I got you.
Because I think them joints sold out.
They've been sold out.
I'm sure they is.
They were sold out at the last one.
I'm just gonna get that press pass and just
That's what I'm saying.
Hello, my camera is here. I'm good. Let me take the pictures.
If I can get that access, boy, let me know. I'm in that. So Kevin Gates, you got the Immature Throwback Thursday tour. You got Willow and Jaden Smith is coming.
I love Willow.
Yes, definitely.
So then we have Alicia Cara is coming. She's a dope artist. If y'all don't know, Alicia is a dope artist. Then we got Fantasia. Okay.
Got a lot in the city.
Yeah. Tank gonna be there, and that's gonna be a dope event as well. Now I was listening to the radio and I heard that your girl K Michelle is gonna be in Houston on the 29th, I believe.
November 29th.
I like Kay.
Man.
I like Kay.
Okay, she dope, bro.
Like, she really is. And I love how she's evolved
Man.
these past few years.
If you listen, talk to your girl because they both the Reds. Shout out to the Reds.
True that.
If she gets,
any type of way to get inside of.
Yeah. Let me know.
Okay.
Because I'm coming through. And I'm going to send me a Delta to both of them. And we going to film it.
I think you could possibly just sing it to her and then send it to her on Instagram, and she going to probably make something happen.
I want to be in front, shorty. I want to be in front of. So if you but it is what it is, man.
I'm gonna try to work my magic.
Man, working, man.
Whip your hair back and forth.
You know what I'm saying? He got hair to do it. Yeah, I ain't got that. You feel me? Y'all, I also want to give a shout out to this new business that we have featured in the November issue, and I want y'all to go check them out. It's called Southside Flying Pizza. Pizza is good. They got some good wings, bro. I really love their wings. Good. But Southside Flying Pizza is on 2240 Navigation, Houston, Texas 77003. Go check them out, y'all. And if you haven't, definitely check out Taste of Nigeria, and check out Glazed, the Donut Cafe. They're really dope. It tastes great. You will not be disappointed. So we got to go and check out some of them places sometime. I know black people love food.
Definitely.
People love food, but black people
not gonna lie, I just stopped at the potato factory.
How is that?
It's my first time having it on the way here. Let me tell you something. I had the seafood supreme.
Oh.
It was over. I was like, it was so good. I'm not gonna lie. I just like walked in. I ain't know it was there. I was like, let me see what food they got around here. Boom.
Yeah.
Let me try that real quick.
So the
Boom.
Potato Factory.
Man,
We coming to see you.
Stuffed Potato Factory. Get the
Coming
name
to
right.
see you. 'Cause
Definitely got to.
We got to get y'all in that SLEM magazine. All right. So, man, listen, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having Barry Dynamic on this show. My boy WoahNa.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure, like really digging in to talk about what y'all got going on, what y'all had going on, and we gonna see more of this. And I did this on purpose because I wanted to connect y'all.
We connect. Oh yeah, we connected.
You need to know who this is.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna make it happen, bro. So,
Yeah.
It's already happening.
hey, we gonna clap it up to a dope show.
There we go.
To our
Yeah,
dope
There
guest.
you
WoahNa,
You
you
have
know.
been live with SLEM TV. I'm your host, Calvin Kosher. So keep it kosher. Stay tuned. Follow us at SLEM Global. You can follow them. Where can they follow you, bro?
Official WoahNa.
Where can they follow you?
And Barry_Dynamic.
Hey, that's it. Keep it locked. This is SLEM TV, and you'll catch us next week, baby.
It's kosher. May God bless this night. One time for the show stars. Crown Royal on ice. Hennessy get you right. Baby girl, what's in your cup? You're having too much fun. You wanna know what I'm sipping on? 'Cause you want some. So baby, what it do? I'm tryna leave with you. Girl, I'm from the zoo. But don't be shy. Ride me like it's the rodeo, the rodeo, the rodeo. Girl, like it's the rodeo, the rodeo, the rodeo. Love the way you wind it, the way you wind it. Is you Latin?